Hi and welcome to day 28 now of the Lyceum 30-day foundation series. Today we're looking at another bar chord and it is the G minor. Okay, now this is what I would call a bar chord, an E-shaped bar chord. If we have a look at our E in the open position and our E minor, if that was just moved up a semitone, it goes into this bar chord shape. Okay, and now we're going to be right up at the 3rd fret playing the G minor. So this is going to require a little bit of work. This isn't something that you will get overnight. It does take quite some time to really get familiar with playing bar chords quite freely, but you will get it over time. Okay, and it's a good end to the series because I hope that you've got your fingers around a lot of the open chords, and now with the bar chord ending the series, you've still got plenty of time to practice it. As I said, if it does take a little bit, that's okay, because I do remember when I first learnt it, it took me quite some time to get that finger strength up. The chord is as follows. So we're at the 3rd fret, we're using our first finger to bar every one of those notes at the 3rd fret. Okay, and we've got our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the A string. We've got our 4th finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and the rest of them are played with the bar with the 1st finger. Okay, and as you can see, I put my 2nd finger even behind it to give it a little bit more strength. Sometimes I see people without that. I don't know if that's just something that I picked up while I was learning and found that that gave me a little bit more strength. Okay, so just take your time with it. It is a little bit of a challenge just with the strength. But now we'll look at the exercise for today, the scale exercise, and that is just a G minor scale, which we've done before. Okay, but now I'm going to introduce 2 octaves, and it goes like so. Okay, and by 2 octaves I mean we go through from the G to the G, that's called 1 octave, through the scale notes, and then we do that again. So it's got 2 octaves, so we're playing all those notes twice. Okay, and an octave is just the same note at a higher interval or a lower interval. So the whole scale could be done in octaves itself. So that's another thing, it's another exercise which we won't get into, but also we want to be calling out those notes as well. So we've got a G, an A sharp, a C, a D, D sharp, F, G, A sharp, C, then we've got D, D sharp, E sharp, sorry, E sharp is an F, so F, and then we've got a G. So let's do that down. So we've got a G, F, D sharp, D, C, A sharp, A, G, G, A, D sharp, D, C, A sharp, G, B. Okay, you should be able to hear them ringing out nicely against that G minor. And the arpeggio exercise is another arpeggio you've done before, but we're going to do this in 2 octaves as well. So we're going to be going Okay, and I'll call out the fingerings. So we've got our first finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, all the way up with our 4th finger to the 6th fret on that E string. And we're using our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D string, directly under it, so it's another one of those notes that's directly underneath it, with our 3rd finger on the D string. And then we're going to use our 1st finger to play the 3rd fret on the G string, on the B string, and on the E string. And this is a classic G minor arpeggio pattern which we can do a tremendous amount with.